Good morning, dear students. Myself, Professor Sapna Sharma from Modern College Business Administrative Campus, BBA Department. Welcome back once again, dear students. As in our previous sessions, we have read a lot of stuffs about the artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence exactly? Then how it came into this particular world? What is the history of the artificial intelligence? Then what is agent actually? How it is so important for artificial intelligence? Then what are the different type of agents? Then what are the different type of applications into the artificial intelligence? A lot of stuffs we have done. In my very first session, I have already mentioned you that artificial intelligence is a very big thing. Okay, it is a very big ocean, and this ocean is being divided into several parts. So one of that part is the machine learning. So dear students, today we would be making a fresh introductory session with the machine learning. How this machine learning is playing a very important role when we talk about the technology so called as artificial intelligence. How this machine learning is helping the artificial intelligence. What is this machine learning and how it is so important for us? Let's get into that. So my dear students, let's just do the mining of this machine learning today. Let's first take a brief definition about the machine learning, what exactly it is. As I told you, what was the purpose of the machine learning? The purpose was to just make a very intelligent or intellectual, the systems or the expert systems for the human purpose actually, so that we can reduce the load of the human being. We can make the things very much fast. That was the very basic fundamental thing that is all about the artificial intelligence. So when we talk about the machine learning in the application of the artificial intelligence, so it tries to give the ability to the device basically. Whatever application, whatever device we people are implementing with the help of artificial intelligence, we will give the ability to that device with the help of machine learning. Now, what is this ability? This ability says I would be learning a lot of stuffs from my past experience and then I will flourish myself. From the past experience, I will try to flourish myself. I will try to improve myself, and for this, I don't need any kind of coding so far. I don't have to go for any particular coding so far. Hold a minute, dear students. So I don't have to mention any type of codings. That is the thing. So for example, whenever you people do the online shoppings and other stuff, at the time what happened? That whichever site you people are visiting, that site will see first of all like what you are exactly doing, what you are exactly searching out. And on the basis of your search, on the basis of the past searches that you have done, they will try to put certain level of product in front of you. They will show you some results of the product which you really want or which you are searching for. Exactly that is what is happening when we implement the machine learning into the artificial intelligence. Next. Now, in our mind comes about who actually made this machine learning, from where it is, from where this this technology has come. So this machine learning was being coined, or it is being put in front of the world by Mr. Arthur Samuel. In which year? It was the year of 1959 when machine learning came into the existence. Arthur Samuel is not only meant for the machine learning, but he is the biggest pioneer for your artificial intelligence also. He has played a very important role while making, upfronting the artificial intelligence basically. And later on, defining the machine learning into the artificial intelligence. So whenever you talk about the machine learning, so it is the field which makes your device, which makes your particular computer capable of learning the things and then doing the things without having any programming aspect or the programming knowledge so far. So machine learning is not a separate part, dear student. It is a part of our artificial intelligence. I have mentioned these things very into my past videos also. Machine learning is not at all a separate part. Machine learning makes particular machine so intellectual, so understanding in the same manner how the human being actually do. Machine learning try to put the same behavior of the human being in front of the machines, so that on the basis of behavior they try to implement the decision, and on the basis of the decision they try to implement the course of actions. They try to develop the ability of learning and then developing the things by their own self. They don't want any explicit support or any external support who can continuously transfer the coding. So this is being done with a very minimum level of intervention. Intervention means what? Very minimal level of interruption would be there. Nobody would come in between your procedures, in between your course of actions. We don't want anybody else. My machine would find out what is happening. My machine will think about the past, and as per the current scenario and as per the past scenes and all, they will learn certain thing and then they will try to implement certain course of action. So they are just doing the natural thing. So there is no requirement of any support so far. Next, when we come to the next point that comes in our mind, like how come it is possible, and we are not only feeding it, we are trying to make it as an automated, means why to always require someone to handle certain situations? It should be automatic, it should be automated, it should be done frequently without any help. This will try to when we try to improve our experiences, when we try to improve our knowledge, so that should be done automatically. We don't have to feed the data so far. And just because of this experience, the thought process would be there and lot of response would be generated. But in order to do so many things, we really require a good quality of data that we really need to feed to the machine. Obviously, on the basis of that data only, they will try to implement the course of actions. They will try to implement the decisions. So not only the data feeding is required, but the different type of algorithms will be also used so that we can make any machine learning models. Right or not? For the training purpose it would be required. The data whichever we would be feeding, that would be required for the training purpose, so that the machine become enough capable of taking the decision independently. So here, good quality of data is the most important thing that we need to think about it. And the second one is the right choice of the algorithm. You have feeded the data properly, but you haven't chosen the good type of algorithms or the right type of algorithms for the implementation. So that could be a case to the failure of the machine or a model, right? Because the algorithm was not perfect, either the data was not proper. So what happened? It has created a lot of stuff. The things were not working properly with the machine. This should not happen. For this, we have to be very careful while feeding the data, while just choosing the algorithms. Okay, and you need to always decide like which all functionality you need to put automated, means which all activities you will be thinking about automated, right? Next, this is the pictorial differentiation or comparison between the traditional programming and the machine learning that we people are going on. When you talk about the traditional programming, at that time what used to happen, we used to feed the data and we used to feed the program also. So it was like first make a program and then feed the input. Now also you people do like that only, right? You people have studied a lot of languages, like you people have studied C, C++, Java, okay, PHP, a lot of C sharp. There you would have seen like how the users are they are feeding the data. We make a program where we take the data from the user. So in order to take the data from the user, there also we require the program. We have to make the certain level of program, and that program will tell us what type of data we really require, and that data would be feeded basically. And on the basis of that particular data, what will happen? We will get certain output. The same thing is happening over here. The same thing is happening over here. In the same manner, but machine learning is totally different, dear student. How machine learning is taking place? See, here I am giving the data as an input. I am also providing my past experience. See, I am putting two things over here. I am feeding the data, quality data, and I am also inserting certain kind of my past experience. And on the basis of the data and the past experience, what I will do? I will get a program. I will get a perfect, what you can take decision, instructions to do this, to do that, to do this, and so my machine would be producing the program. I don't have to do anything. Implicitly everything would be going on. Explicitly we don't have to do anything. Next, why should we go for the machine learning? What is the purpose of it? Reason of it? If we are thinking also if we are thinking about the machine learning, then there should be any specific purpose, right? Without specific purpose, how you can go for any technology? It is not at all permissible in fact. So machine learning is very much important for this techno savvy world. Nowadays everyone is techno savvy, everyone is technocrat, everyone knows about the technology, no one is hidden from the technology. And after this COVID situation, so you can say everyone is very much pro into the technology. So machine learning today has all the attention it needs. Yes, of course. Because we actually know that machine learning is the future of this world. So obviously it seeks the attentions. It not only seeks the attentions, it seeks the attention on the basis of the requirement, criteria and the conditions that we people are doing now. So machine learning can make your particular task automate. Automate means what? You don't really require any special person for that. And specifically, those tasks would be automated, that the tasks which are being performed by the human being. Because ultimately, if we are using this machine learning, we are using this artificial intelligence, that means what? We are just trying to decrease the load of the human being. Now everything should be done by the machines, not by the human being. We need to give good holiday to the human being basically. The intelligence power what the human being are having, the same intelligence power these machines would be having, these models would be having. And in fact, I can say more intelligent than the human being. Because ultimately they are machines. They have very different level of thinking. So it is in order to do such a big replication, in order to just replace such a big scenario, how to do? We really require the machine learning. We really require such a hardcore technology who can do this, right? The small stuff technologies cannot do such a big implementation. We require to think big for the big implementation. Next. With the help of machine learning, business would be more impacted. Like, the big MNCs are thinking to implement the artificial intelligence. Somehow, in any of the form, they really want the artificial intelligence into their organization. They really want to implement the machine learning into their organization. Reason is what? Yes, they require it, because with the help of machine learning, with the help of these cutting edge technologies, the business would be boosted. They have to spend less money, and they would be getting the better outcome or benefit or profit. Like whatever the tasks which are being done every day, the small tasks, like who has come in, who has went out, what was the timing, and like small tasks which are being managed by the a single personality who is taking care about each and every stuff. Like just imagine maintaining the attendance of all the employees, check in, check out. So how we can do that? We can do that with the help of machine learning. They will try to give us report also about the punctuality of the person. Yes, obviously. They will try to analyze each and every person. They will take out the past history and then current past situation, and on the basis of all those stuff, the things would be done very easily. You don't require any human being for that. A simple machine you need to hire, and that machine would be able to do that. And this won't be taking a lot of time. This would be very much quick. Because for machine, analyzing the data is not that difficult. For human being it could be difficult, but for machine it is not that difficult, right? Because they are meant for that work only. So various industries are thinking about these stuffs, dear student. They are talking about the quality type of data, not only quality type of data but quantified type of data also. There should be the huge bulk of quantity and quality data also. When you are having the quantity plus quality, both the thing, it makes an optimized version, because you are having a lot of alternatives, right? If you are not getting anything from this data, so you can get your desired result from the another slot of data. At least you have that hope. So this quantity or quality type of data, this will try to optimize the operation, and this will try to make an accurate decisions basically. This would be a very great achievement that we can go through. Really very great achievement. Next, machine learning helps in creating the models. How? How come they can help us? Okay. How come they can help us? They will be machine learning would be helping us in order to create the model. And that particular model can process, that particular model can analyze the huge amount of data, the complex data also, and it will try harder and harder to just give you the accurate result, the desired result which you are really seeking. That is the speciality of this machine learning. Means if they are taking the complex data, they are taking the huge amount of analyzed data, so obviously they will be try to give us some accurate data also. These models are very much precise, and they are scalable also. Okay, it is not like that the functionality of this particular model would be limited. No, the functionality is abundant, like out of the mark basically. And within a shorter period of time, you would be able to get more and more response, dear students. So by building such precise machine learning models, business can lead to a higher level of profit. Means you cannot imagine that profit also. Such a huge amount of profit that would be generated. And secondly, this huge amount of profit would be making more and more opportunities, and it not only just generate the more and more opportunities, it will try to avoid certain risk which which are very much unknown, we really don't know. So machine learning is not only meant for making the decisions and making some stuffs easy. No, it is also meant for solving such kind of risk easily without giving the knowledge about those risks. Means the risks are being resolved internally without having any interruption. Next, usage of machine learning. Where we are using this machine learning? Very everywhere. Let me tell you. Image recognition is one of the formulation. Text generation is like one of the formulation, and a lot of stuffs there are into the real world where you are using this machine learning. See, I have just made a machine, and that machine should recognize the images and should tell me what is that particular image. How this can happen? See how we people are doing. Whenever we people try to just see any particular image, we react on that image, right? And we speak, this is this image. For example, somebody is somebody is showing me some image which is having fountains. I will, yes, oh, this is this fountain, because that image is being mapped inside my brain. The same thing would be happening into your machine learning also. The images, the data, the context, the things, the behavior, the processes would be mapped inside your machine, inside your models. And whenever we see that type of object in front of us, so that object image would be mapped with the image which is there inside the model's brain. So mapping would be done. Mapping would be done. The image which you people are able to see in front of you with the image which is stored inside the machine's brain. And whenever we see any kind of image, we try to generate certain text, right? We speak certain things. The same thing would be happening over here also. So where we are not able to see this machine learning? Everywhere. I am finding the future of machine learning everywhere. Obviously. Nowadays, everyone is speaking now smart car, smart house, smart organization. This how they are becoming smart. They are not becoming smart just because of the human being. They are becoming smart just because of these machines, these appliances, these gadgets or the devices that we people are using. You are sitting somewhere else, but you are able to find that some kind of problem is there inside your home. How this is happening? Because there are the smart devices inside your home, and they are rectifying whether there is any kind of problem or not. If there is any problem, that alarm would be reflected to you people, and you will come to know, yes, some kind of issue is going on. Right? On the right time, at the right stage, you would be able to find out what is the problem. This will increase more and more scope of the machine learning, obviously, because if we understand the importance of machine learning, so obviously we will understand how much scope it is having. Scope means what? It is having a huge level of future. It is just like a shiny star, which would be becoming a big star in some sort of day. It is not only the expert, but it is a kind of professionalism that you will be able to see into the machine learning. Few terms that you have to go through while you are learning the machine learning, dear student. The very first one is the model. Model means what? Just like a human being, a hypothetical thing, which actually generate a result either in yes or in no. So what we do, we just feed our model with the with the appropriate quality type of data and with the algorithm. These two things are being fed to the model so that to make the decision. Second important part is the feature. A feature is a measurable property basically, which can be reduced, which can be increase. On the basis of feature, we justify, yes, this thing is perfect. On the basis of functionality, we people justify, yes, this thing is correct. So these are nothing but the parameters, dear student, which actually judge the accuracy. Next one is known as the feature vector. So it is a set of multiple numeric features. And we use them as an input to the machine learning, so that we just do the prediction what exactly it is. Training. So an algorithm takes a set of data known as training data as an input. Training is nothing but we can conclude it into a definition that algorithm would be taking a lot of training data as an input and it will try to generate certain things. So learning algorithm finds the pattern basically. Find the pattern of the input data. Okay, and on the basis of that input data pattern, they will try to generate certain result. The output would be generated basically. The next important point is the prediction. Once the machine learning model is ready, we can do what? We can feed the data so that we can get some predicted type of output. Like we can do any prediction. Yes, this thing can happen, that thing can happen. And the last one is target. Here we are not talking about the prediction. Here we are talking about what we really want to achieve. What we really want to achieve. The thing which we have predicted, that we really want to achieve. Overfitting, dear student. Now what is this overfitting? This overfitting means what? When a massive amount of data, massive means what? A lot of amount of data is being given to the machine learning model. Okay. Overfitting means what? Not only the accurate data, but it can be noise, it can be inaccurate data also. It is the combination. That is why it is overfitting, right? Now just because of getting the the wrong type of data, which can include noise, inaccurate data, it could lead to the the failure of the machine learning model also, because it would be generating an inaccurate result. Underfitting means what? Underfitting means what? When we are not able to provide that quality of data. It is underrated thing. The proper amount of data is not being there. So it destroys the accuracy, it destroys the actuality. From overfitting at least we are getting something, but from underfitting we are not able to get anything. Right or not? Because the data which is being provided is not that much accurate, it is not up to the mark basically. Next, the different steps into ML, dear student. So there are total 7 steps into the machine learning. First one is the gathering of data. Gathering of data is very important. In nowadays also, if you are developing any particular XYZ product, what you people do? You people try to gather the data from the customer, right? You just try to gather certain kind of what you can say requirements from the user. You just test the knowledge of the customer also. If you gather the proper amount of data, then you start preparing actual data. Gathering the data means what? You are getting the raw data. And later on, you try to make that data perfect. And on the basis of data, you try to choose a model. Because you want to implement this data onto a model, right? Once you choose the model, you start training that particular model. And after giving certain sort of training to that model, you will start evaluating kitni training agar maine provide kari hai, now what type of output my machine would be giving me, my model would be giving me. You will be try to evaluate it. Next important part is hyperparameter tuning. You are giving more and more things onto that. If you are not getting the desired result, then again you will try to put certain things. And once you are you find yes, this is the suitable time, yes, I have fed it enough amount of data and the evaluation is perfect, then you go for a prediction that whether the things are going into the right direction or not. Means you just predict the result or the outcome of your particular system so far. How does machine learning works basically? How does it will be taking place? So whenever you talk about the machine learning, So there are the total major three building blocks of machine learning. One is the model, second one is the parameter, and the third one is the learner. What is the purpose of the model? The purpose of the model is like to make the predictions, appropriate predictions. The purpose of parameters is like it will help us to make the predictions. If model is like give us the prediction, but in order to make that prediction we require the parameters. And at last we would be requiring a learner. Now, what this learner would be doing, this learner will make the adjustment in the parameters so that the proper alignment would be there. The proper actual result should be generated with the predictions. So by this manner we have completed our introductory part of the machine learning also, dear student. I hope that this particular session would be one of the most beneficial discussion or the session for you people. From this session we come to know how machine learning is playing a very important role basically. So thank you so very much. Let me see you into the next session of our this artificial intelligence course. Have a nice day. Take care.